So my daughter is here today. Anyway, so yeah, she made it home. Now we're gonna go out here and wait for my son. Like I said in my other videos, I don't really go get him. I just go out there with him. Hey, you need to chill. Oh, who you brought him as well. I'm slow going to get him.
Is Mason allowed to come over and play?
I don't care.
Y'all go outside.
So anyway, so I'm gonna have them do that today, and we're gonna try to do a video for TikTok. I have a Thriller account, which I just did it just because I was bored. You know, I didn't really have a life at the moment, and I just need something to do. And I've only did like a couple videos on it, but I'm gonna do more of the videos or whatever, just because they're funny. It's just boring to do by myself, and my daughter won't do them with me. Only thing they'll do is their own TikTok, and they don't always let me on their Roblox. On the phone? Sure. Where's your tablet? You don't want to play on your tablet?
Yeah, where's your tablet?
Upstairs.
Go get it.
My baby's handsome. No, it's upstairs. It's not broke or nothing. He doesn't really want my phone. He's trying to see if he can play games because he wants to sneak onto the PlayStation. You need to learn how Zion works. I know how he works. Little boys are crazy. I know how little boys work. My son, poor girl, whoever he gets when he gets older, because he is going to manipulate the fuck out of her. He is so manipulative. He manipulates me all the time, and I can't help it because I'm his mom and he's my baby. So yeah, sometimes he gets away with things that he probably should be in trouble about, like going to school in the morning time. I have to deal with that every day. So yeah. Anyway, so I did do my workout this morning. I showed you guys a little bit of it. I did show you my food. I feel so much bigger today for some reason. I feel huge today. And you know how like when you start to like work out, like right now my butt hurts and stuff, and the back of my legs hurt. So whenever you start to like work out and do stuff like that, then you always feel heavy. And I feel heavy, I feel fat today, so I don't even want to put on clothes. So I look really bummy, which is, I never want to put on clothes. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If I could stay in pajamas, shorts all fucking day, I probably would. Lazy, but it's true, because I feel like if I'm not at work, what else am I doing? You know? So, yeah. Anyway, once again, like I did say before, if anyone knows a phlebotomy job, sit it in my link, you know, sit it in my comments. Go ahead. Spell it. So you know how to spell, and your teacher can understand it, but you still don't like going to school?
Yeah.
Why? You don't realize how smart you are? Look at me. How smart are you? Huh? How smart?
Really smart.
Really smart? You're really smart, though. Why do you want to go to school? Most smart kids love school. You're just more into video games. Huh? Well, sorry, buddy, but you gotta get a degree. Remember, you gotta buy me a house. All boys are supposed to buy their moms a house. Or did you hear that coming? Oh, let me know.
Damn. Get your ass there.
I'm trying to get him to interact because he doesn't want to do anything but the video games. But I'm kind of mad that I missed him walking. I was going to go meet him halfway. One of them halfway. Just to go sit out in the sun. I need my toes done. Zyla. You got anything you want to say? No?
No.
You don't got nothing you want to say at all?
No.
You want to tell them to follow your TikTok? Anything?
No.
How was your day at school?
Good.
Good. What did you do?
Work.
How do you say that?
Yes, please. Rebels. I'm gonna take you off. Zyla. Happy sad. We're inside of it. Yeah, here it is. I'm not
You will see that on the tour. So you can see. I don't know if you've seen, but I am going to probably try to make one out of almond butter. That's if I eat my second meal today. I already ate my first one. So I'm going to walk today. You're going to go with me or no? Huh?
Maybe.
Maybe.
People should look at me because I am pretty. Look at me. You know. You don't look at me. There. Like that. Stop. I think I could get the end after that. I don't know.
So what are you putting on her nails, Zyla? She's spreading the sauce, and she's gonna put cheese on it.
Start with cheese. So,
I got two different kinds of these pepperoni noodle things. I got the turkey ones and this one. This is what you can also use with your keto or keto snack. So I have these. And this is probably like something I'm gonna do for lunch, like a little keto. I always want applesauce with some applesauce. I bought some peaches for that, but I'm not gonna eat the same thing they eat for dinner because I'm trying to get rid of these two humans. But yeah, she's making her pizza. Which one do you want to put on here, Zyla? Both of them?
both.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I want to put them on.
I'm gonna open them for you.
I want $10. I can really.
And this is Zion, and this is what he's done. Yep.
Plain or meal.
I'm cooking some burger meat too because
I don't want burger meal.
well, we put it on half because I like to cook. My kids reference each other as Bubba and Sissy, so that's what you'll hear me saying a lot throughout the video.
Can you say that? Yeah. What the? Where's the pepperoni? Hey, stop getting the pepperoni, you killer. Bring pepperonis. Hey, what you doing here? Next.
You put a lot of cheese on there?
Yeah, this is pepperoni sauce.
So
This
put
is
some on
regular.
there. Thomas, you want me to put
Regular
cheese on your burger?
pepperoni.
Yeah.
It's good. It's hard. Look how good they are. I don't even know if they're too much.
Look at it.
It's not a good job. It's not a good job.
It's gorgeous. So I'm confused. It's really pretty. You want your bread toasted?
No, not out.
Huh?
No.
You want to toast it? They're better toasted bread.
That almost hit me, bro. I like.
Okay, so we're gonna do half. Half. So half right there. Yes, I thought she would want more since you don't want to do half.
There's no cookie.
What happened?
Oh, I got a name. Burger. So I'm gonna put that there. Good. After this. Oh. And then paint the turkeys. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like.
She's free. I'm confused.
So we're going to...
She's so free. I don't get it. Anyway, where's your lunchbox? Ryan, go. Put the lunchbox out.
Now, so the spoon. Put it.
Well, where's my water? Oh, that's it.
Why you missed my water?
I didn't put the water. I didn't. I don't know why she's not right here.
I moved it out of the freezer.
Yeah, oh, he didn't move it out of the freezer.
Put it in the freezer, guys.
He did. He moved it out of the freezer.
Now, we're done with this pizza. I'm going to get the spoon out.
You're done? Okay, put pepperoni on both sides. Alright, doesn't like my makeup. She said it's pink. So.
I'm not crying. It's just so hard. Okay, bye.
Wow, screams. Anyway, guys, so my kids ditched me. We didn't do the candy thing yet. We didn't do the homework yet. They decided to go have a Nerf gun fight with their friends.
You're saying we should take advantage.
However, I'm gonna watch Purge and do some homework. I'm gonna show you guys what my classes are this semester. I only have 2, so I'm gonna show you guys those 2 classes that I have. I'm gonna log in and shit. I gotta be careful when I log in because I have a bitch that hacked into my accounts as well as my Wi-Fi. So yeah, I have bitches like that obsessed with me. So anyway, I have to, you know, check my stuff over and over because they are hacked into all my accounts. They try to steal my money. Like, they always like dogging me out, like make it seem like I'm some bum. But girl, they steal my clothes. They try to steal my money. It's just pathetic. They go into my email account. They go into my school account. These bitches probably sniffing my drawers. Who knows? Anyway, yeah. So guys, I'm gonna get on here and I'm going to show you guys.
And they minister background checks.
Rich people don't kill each other on Purge night.
We're not rich. Far from it.
Tonight you are.
Okay, I did something crazy too. I bought some Christmas gifts already, right? For my kids, don't judge me. And I already gave it to my son because his friend had Nerf guns and he didn't. And I felt bad, which was dumb. I should have did that. I should have put it up and saved it for Christmas. But I didn't. I gave it to him. I'm gonna have to, girl, I have to get tougher when it comes to stuff like that. Because
purge out of our minds so we can all focus on work. Nothing else. Now, I want to stress the following. Closure.
I have all these editing apps, guys. I cannot. I'm just now learning how to edit. I'm still learning, so some of my videos are still trash. However, I'm learning.
We can do some celebrating. I brought a case of Don Julio 1942 that we can all share, okay? All right, so let's get to it.
Sorry to interrupt. Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Girl, purge.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, the purge that it had came on this season.
I just wanted to thank everyone.
However,
It all matters one thing, but it all matter on purge night is another whole level of commitment, and I can't thank you enough.
However, I didn't get to finish the series of them. I don't know why. I don't really remember why, but I didn't get to finish the series of the Purge. I love the Purge. Yeah, I do. Okay, I'm gonna show you my classes.
And you'll make much more.
These are my classes this semester.
Great, I love it. Let's get to work. I'll touch base later. James.
Now, mind you, I said that this school don't take all my credits. They refuse to take all of my credits, so it just sucks. And I'm still conflicted on what I want to do because I really like the teachers here.
Keep me posted.
Healthcare, public and private. So, I've already took a healthcare class. Basically, it was like, but it's not the same name, but it's the same curriculum. So I don't know if I should retake this class or not. But since if I go in a discussion and I post a discussion today, then I won't have a choice but to stay in this class. The thing is about it is that I'll get into the classes and then I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to take these classes, you know. Because I don't want to be repeating credits. And then I'll get in the class and I'll really like it and I'll like what I'm learning and I'll stay in the class. And then I'm trying to keep stuff like this or trying to get done to it. But this is how it goes. This school is easy to get into. Like I said, I like this school. I just don't like studying stuff on my credits. So if you're looking for an online school, like you can't go, like you know that you're not going to be able to make the class, you're at work, or you just have no babysitters. I mean, this is a good school to try to get into. And they have all type of courses. All type of courses. So this is one of my classes. It's called here's another class. I haven't never took this class, so I'm kind of like, okay. It's math. I have took a math class almost every semester, and I hate math. Math sucks for me. I took accounting twice, and it was dumb to have to take it twice because my dumb ass didn't even try to read the accounting. If I would have just studied and read it and all that, I wouldn't have to take it twice because it wasn't even that hard. It was just me not doing what I was supposed to do, like sit down and read and do my work and stuff like that. That's all it was. So yeah. So here, I'm going to start with this one first. I'm going to look into this. I'm going to read it first. Like I said, I didn't, with my accounting, I didn't do it. I sucked. I sucked when it came to my accounting. I messed up. I can't take more than 2 classes, which sucks because I really want to take 3. I want to get it done quick and fast. Like I said, I'll be 37 this year, and I worked like in CNA for about 18 years, and I've been a phlebotomist for going on 4 or 3, and I'm over both of them, to be honest with you. I did get my MA when I was 20 years old, But the fact that I was a CNA for already, I became a CNA at 17 because of my auntie. She was administrator at a nursing home, and she sent me to classes and didn't come to work because I lived on my own and paid all of my own bills. And I was still in high school. I started living on my own as a junior in high school. So I lived on my own. I paid all my own bills, and I was working at fast food places, and I was like working really, really late, and I was working all the time. I don't know why, because my rent was only like $5. But because that story is crazy, because I went to school at kind of like a school, and I decided to switch schools because I could have went to a better school, but I used my mom's address even though I wasn't staying with her. I used her address anyway because the school by my daddy's house was really bad. He lived in the area where they call like Murder One, and I used to get into a lot of arguments because I talked really proper back then, and they used to call me like proper talking bitches and stuff like that. But the difference between me then and me now is that me then, I didn't take a lot of shit off, you know, one word and I was ready, and those girls was ready too. So it was always fights, always fights. And I've always been about my school. Just because I'm starting late with it does not mean I have not been about it. I've always been about school, always. I just took care of myself. You know, some people have the opportunity to go to school because of their parents or stuff like that. Well, I messed up my scholarship that I had, and I wasn't able to go right out of high school, so that happened or whatever. I'll tell you all about that in just a second. So anyway, yeah, so I don't talk on that situation because it depresses me. It makes me sad. I get really like sad and depressed, and I feel like super, you know, like I said, I just shut down. I just don't want to talk about it. But anyway, so I went back and forth living with her and my dad, and then I met a counselor named Miss Lindsay, and she was like, no, let's get you a place to stay. So me and a couple other girls got a place in this place called Rogers Courts, which was the projects. So yeah, it was the projects. And the projects were projects, honey. And I wasn't used to projects. I didn't come from no big, fancy, rich family or anything like that. My parents were working class citizens. They middle class. They worked. They weren't just poor or whatever. They worked. They paid their bills. My mom owned like 2 houses. And, you know, they had a store at one point in time. So she retired. She's retired now. And my mom retired really young. So I didn't come from like a just poor, but we wasn't like balling rich or nothing like that. So yeah, and then
Sosa.
Was that a setup? Because what I just said out loud was anyway, so I came back in because it's like 50 kids that circled me, and I can't do my video. Like I said, I wouldn't put nobody else's kids in my video, so I can't even do my video due to all the kids in my video. But yeah, so, well, due to all the kids, like I don't want to put nobody else's kids, you know, I just don't think that's appropriate. I don't want nobody putting my kids up without my permission, so I wouldn't do it to no one else. Anywho, but yeah, so that all happened with, my schooling. I met Miss Lindsay, and I told her about my situation. Like, I was going from house to house. I was staying at some of my friends' houses. And I can't blame anyone really but myself because, you know, when you're young, your mouth is slick and you don't think about stuff. Now that I'm older, I understand a lot of some of my disrespect when it comes to, like, my mom. Because when I was younger, I didn't really talk a lot of shit from no one, ever. And even with my dad, like, my dad was known for, like, my dad had his own box in school, had his own karate school. My dad was known to, like, don't fuck with him. Even he's very short and surprisingly short. But he's really known to, like, not, nobody fucks with my daddy. They fuck doing that. But I mean, sometimes it's necessary. I understand. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm gonna go back outside and hopefully the kids are gone and I can do my video. They're still right there. Okay, well, they're gonna move my chair and then they'll think I'm gone and then they'll go away. Any other time I wouldn't mind like the kids being around, but I mean the video I'm talking about now, I just don't feel like the kids need to know or hear everything. Like my kids don't know everything about me as a kid and stuff like that, and they never will. They never will know like me when I was in school, like how I had to go from house to house. They're not gonna know shit like that because I don't feel like. Well, they'll know now because I'm putting it up, but you know. I don't think they'll be looking, even when they get big. I don't think they're going to care to look at this video. But yeah, so I was basically going from here to there. I had a friend, I went to stay at her house a couple times. I'm not going to disclose her name because I don't know if she wants me to. And I never really understood the real reason why, you know, there was so much conflict. Like I knew my mouth was really bad and that caused a lot of it because that wasn't the cause. That was what made it worse when I was younger. It wasn't like the cause of what happened or the cause of why, but it was the reason why it got worse. And so, but yeah, so, you know, so I met a counselor. Her name was Miss Lindsay. And it was me and another girl who had a lot of siblings, and there was a lot going on in her house. I don't really know every detail of it, and it's not my business to disclose it. But so we decided to be roommates, and we got into the courts, and which is Real Rogers Courts. It is a projects. It is. Back then it wasn't as bad as it is now. Now it's really bad, but back then it wasn't that bad, and I didn't get bothered because I had my brother. They called him. His name is Vito. It's not his legal name. I'm not gonna give it to you, but his name is Vito. And back then they called him Murder One, and nobody fucked with me because of him. Like, and I didn't even know he would be in there because I didn't deal with. They were my brothers, you know, from my dad's side, but they were older than me, and I didn't know too much of their life or, you know, what they did and stuff like that. And I didn't ever get involved, and they didn't get me involved, and they didn't bring it around me. I was just their little sister, and that was that. But come to find out, my brother was in those apartments all the time, and so no one really bothered me, except one guy who's a crackhead. I ended up getting put out because of him, because he used to knock on my door at 4 o'clock in the morning all the time, and he pissed me off at one night because, you know, I had to go to work, and I had to go to school. I was still in school, and he knocked on my door, and I came outside and chased him with a bat, so it got reported, and I got put out. But, I mean, I feel like I was protecting myself. I was a girl, a young girl in high school, and an old man is knocking on my door, and I know that he's on drugs. And at that time, I used to be really afraid of drug addicts because I had some family members that did drugs, and they were mean, and they always were violent towards me. So I was afraid of drug addicts, like terrified of them. So you knocking on my door at 4 o'clock in the morning is a cause for me to be afraid. So if I'm afraid of you, I'm going to come out swinging, okay? So that's what happened. Like, you know, I was young. When you're young, you don't think, you act, and then that's that. So that's what happened. So, but first, let me tell you about how that all came about. It was me and a girl named Tina. And I still know Tina to this day, or whatever. I know where Tina is. Matter of fact, I was going to go work at a place where she's working at when I went home, or whatever. This girl named Tina, and she had like 50 fucking siblings, like all these sisters and brothers. Tina was cool though. That was my name at that time. And so anyway, we're not beefing or anything now or nothing like that. We just simply don't talk. But I don't know what she's doing. I haven't tried to figure out. None of that. I just don't care to. But anyway, I knew Tina since middle school, and knew her in high school. We were both on the cheerleading team together. And I did sports. I was first I was a co-captain, then I was a captain of the cheerleading team. You would not think that I would even be on the cheerleading team because I was very tomboyish. Most of my best friends were male, but I was very into cheerleading and dance and stuff like that when I was younger. I used to want to be a choreographer and a vet. So yes. Anyway, me and Tina was like, well, let's move in together because I was scared to move over there by myself. So, and I couldn't talk anybody into any of my family to move in with me because, you know, they didn't have the same issues I had in home. So why would they move out? And so anyway, so I moved in, and plus I'm the oldest girl, and there wasn't really any girls my age in my family. Like my little sister, she's 2 years younger than me, and I have a cousin, but my cousin hated me. I don't know why. She used to hate me, and she used to beat up all my friends. But her name was Quita. She just never liked me when I was younger. Whatever. Only time she liked me if I gave her, like, I'm be honest, like, she smoked a lot of weed when I was little, so I used to give her weed so she'd be my friend. Like, I would buy it for her just so I didn't have to argue with her all the time. My auntie would let me stay at her house because I was scared to go home a lot. But anyway, so she like Tina was like, well, I want to move with you, and I was like, well, let's move together or whatever. It ended up being another girl that lived there. Her name was Shay. She lived there too, but she lived in her own, and she was smart. Whatever. So we moved together. This girl moved her whole fucking family into our apartment, and nobody had a job but me. Okay, nobody went to work but me. She had all her sisters come stay. She had our cousin who was older than all of us, okay, come stay. And I was the only one going to work all the time. They were going to parties. They had all these dudes over. It was horrible. And it was, nobody would like put any money into the house or anything. Like my clothes, they were stealing like my panties, all kinds of shit. And so I was all like, but it was long and it was cute. And back then, you know, when you're younger, you dress a certain way. Like I dressed up a lot. I was always in heels and shit. My sister never really had any friends. She's never really had too many friends. She's kind of mean. So she never really had friends. So, you know, she was like, oh, I'm going to go hang with her, whatever. And so she was like, she met a new friend. I was happy because my sister met a friend. So I was happy because, like I'm saying, my sister, you see her with one friend here and then maybe one friend there. And then you're like, well, where's these friends? And then they're done. She doesn't have friends anymore. So I was happy that she was hanging with this girl. And so, anyway, we're in the car. And we're riding. And this girl, I don't know what possessed her to want to talk shit to me, to show out in front of my sister. Now I know why, because, you know, some people treat you a certain way around certain people because of what certain people say about you. Back then, I didn't know why. You know, I was confused. I was really one of those dingy, gullible little girls. Like, everybody was my motherfucking friend, and I would give my last dime to any and every fucking body. I was very dingy. I put myself last all the time when I was young. Because when I was younger, I didn't have those people to be like, you matter, you're important. I always was the person that came after somebody else. So that's how I treated myself. You know, like, let me make sure they're good, and then I'll make sure I'm good. Even though I didn't have kids, that's who I was. And so, because that's how I felt growing up. Like, I was important. I came last. So you shouldn't.
I like to play Roblox, but I'm not playing Roblox.
You're not? Roblox is like, they're obsessed with Roblox. Okay, are we going to do a little bit of schoolwork today, or are you going to start tomorrow? Do it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I have the Saturday.
Zyla, did you do any TikTok videos? Nope. Zion, okay, he has a whole laptop, but for some reason he likes to be on my phone. Yeah, he has this is one of my phones. He has a whole freaking laptop. I'm just confused.
It's my life on here.
It's your life? At 7. Y'all, remember how we used to watch the Purge series?
Yeah.
I found it.
I don't like it.
You didn't like it?
The new one?
No, remember we used to watch it? It's the same one, but it's not the movie, it's the shows. You probably ain't gonna get what I'm talking about, but I have to show it to you.
I'm gonna add more games because I don't have that much games.
Yep, it should have more games and stuff. I already got their lunches out because I get them out the night before because it makes it easier in the morning. Like, my daughter missed the freaking bus because she was so focused on the puppy. So, yeah.
It's finally, I don't have to actually. Oh my god, it looks like it looks like the god is peeing. What? No, this
So,
I'm
yeah.
just standing bleeding. Oh?
I still want to go walk.
Mama, I could just cut through a straight line. Is it still recording?
Huh?
Is it still recording?
Uh-huh. Need to go charge it because I plan to go walk today. I forgot all fucking about it. So while, you know what, why they're sitting here, I'm gonna go charge my phone and do a little reading and then go do a little walk. Yep. How we roll this morning? Yep. He's on this. We're gonna be sitting for today. Here's what adds